Do you want to get a 4.0 GPA on your transcript every semester, every year? Then I have good news for you. This video is going to help you very much to achieve that dreams and ambitions that you have. You know, getting 4.0 is not just by talks or by wish. It demands a lot from you. It is a call to responsibility. You know, one man said that if you knock on the door of opportunity, don't be surprised that it is work and sacrifice that answers. So for that reason, if you want to get that first class honors, that second class honors, 4.0 GPA cumulatively every semester, then you'll need to have certain attributes or certain characteristics, certain attitude that is going to help you get that thing that you want. You know, there is a place for vision and there is a place for strategy. You need to strategize very well in order for you to achieve the vision of the 4.0 or the first class honors that you want to attain. You know, in most universities, people, it is just a handful of people that get the first class honors and the second class honors. Majority trail behind. It is not because of they are smarter than you, or because of some certain kind of unfair advantages or lack on their side, but probably it could be due to the fact that they have found out certain strategies and techniques that is helping them very much that you have no idea of. So I'm going to open your eyes to some of the strategies that will also put you in the same pedestal as the toppers of the classes. If you are a good student and you have good learning techniques, you probably have an edge or an advantage over many of the students who don't have good study techniques and good revision techniques, good planning, good time management. You probably have an edge over them. But the question is that with all these techniques and strategies, have you been able to achieve your ambitions that you came in afresh in the university? I believe that when you came into the university, you plan on getting 4.0 GPA in every semester and having A's in every course that you take. That will cumulatively give you the first class honors and the second class honors that you so wished or prayed for. But have you been able to achieve these results lately? Even though you have applied all the strategies and techniques that you know or have been handed over to you from generations, is the conventional wisdom working for you? Now I believe that they are not working for you. So I'm here to show you certain strategies that some of the good students have been able to use over time, and it has aggravated in helping them have good CGPAs of 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, even 4.0 GPA, and then they have first class, they graduate with first class honors and second class honors that you so wished and you so dreamed to be in their positions. I'm going to take you through 6 strategies or techniques that good academically successful students employ each and every day that is giving them an edge or an advantage over so many other students. You know, knowledge is power. Knowledge is a weapon. Knowledge gives you an advantage. It gives you an unfair advantage. It gives you a lack over a lot of people that don't have the knowledge that you carry. So be with me and let's dive into the lesson. The first advantage or the first edge that successful student or good student have over the majority of students is that, one, they have good daily steady habit. They have good steady habit. You know, every student has a learning strategy or a learning technique that he or she follows, but I'm not so interested about the learning techniques or the strategies, in the sense that learning strategies differ with respect to different lecturers and different courses. So the learning strategies that you use to study, say, microbiology, will be very much different. It will be continent apart from the format that you will use to study mathematics or physics. and it will also be different from the one that you use to study chemistry. Yeah, because they all require different skills for you to be able to better understand the various concepts. So I'm not very worried about the strategies, but I'm very much particular about the study habit. Study habit. Good students have good study habit, and now I will share with you some of my habits. So let's say when I wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., I revise my note. So the notes that I have studied previously, I take my note and then I revise them actively. You know, the key to learning is memory, and memory requires that you revise. And so revision consolidates what you have learned. It reinforces the particular thing that you have learned in your memory. So it interrupts forgetting, and then you'll be able to better retrieve it when the needs be. So early in the morning, 5 to 6, I take my note that I've learned previously, and then I revise my notes. And then from 7 to 10, I take my study materials, my slides, and then I read them. I read them in order for me to get the understanding. And then in the evening also, from 7 to 10 p.m., I take my notes again and I read. And then after every reading section, this is where the habit comes to play. After every reading section, what I do is that I actively recall what I have learned within that hours. So if I learn within 3 hours or within 2 hours, after I have read everything, I just take my note and actively, not passive revision, active revision. That is when I close the book and then I try to remember. So at first it will be painstaking and then unpleasant because you feel that you've forgotten all that. But if you push yourself to the wall, you see that what you have learned will be coming in, will be sipping in one by one, and then you will recall the learning material that you've learned. Obviously there are some that you will not remember because of how knowledge or how information runs from the short-term memory to the long-term memory. So there are some that you will not be able to remember. So after I have done that active revision at the end of the my study, then I look at where I forgot or where I didn't understand, and then I try to fill in the gaps. So good students have good study habit that allows them to have an edge on advantage over all other students. So if you know a topper in your class or any student, you can ask him how he or she does it, and then I'm sure he will tell you that he has good study habits that helps him or her to have an edge over others. Okay, so after having the good study habit, they also have good revision strategy. They have good revision strategy. I've always asked the question that what is the importance of learning if you can't remember what you have learned? Learning goes with memory, and memory comes with what? Revision. And so having good revision strategies will help you to remember all that you have learned. Remember, you are in an academic session. A university is an intellectual citadel of knowledge that you have to be well abreast with the fact and with information every now and then. And so if you learn one course after the other and then you don't remember the very thing that you have learned, then I'm not sure you'll be able to even write the examination, because examination requires memory, and then that is what you have learned. So if you are not able to remember, then you will not be able to write the examination or pass the exams. So good students have good revision strategies or good revision techniques, and one of the best techniques that you can employ is active recall or active revision. That is when you close the book after every study and then you try to remember the very thing that you have learned. And so you can do that by a process known as elaboration. That is, after you have learned the learning material, let's say microbiology. So you finish reading the book, you close the book, and you start remembering what you have learned, and then through the process you'll be asking yourself questions. Then you'll be able to see the gaps in your knowledge, the gaps in your understanding, and then you'll be able to fill in the gaps, and then be able to better understand the learning material. You know, understanding also improves memory. So when you understand the learning material, it will be very easy for you to remember or to retrieve the information that you have learned. So let's say I'm done with learning my microbiology. So I asked myself, what is microbiology? Microbiology is the study of small organisms that cannot be seen with the unaided eye. So if they cannot be seen with the unaided eye, then it means that it requires devices or instruments for you to see them. So when you are asking yourself questions in the process of revision and elaboration, you'll be able to understand the very thing that you learn. You'll be able to have better knowledge on the subject that you are learning, and then you will be better able to remember the very thing that you learned. Yeah. So this is it. Good students have good revision techniques. Now the third thing that I want to share with you is that good students join group studies or discussion group. You know, we overlook these study groups and discussion groups in the sense that some of the times we don't actually see the relevant, or even if it is very relevant to us, because of the distractions and the interruptions, and then a whole lot of things that occur during group study. We relegate it to the background as one of the worst study techniques ever. But study groups and discussion groups are very important if you want to upgrade or skyrocket your grade. If you want to get the A's and the 4.0 GPA, you need to join or form group studies, effective and efficient ones that are going to help you. You know, one of the advantages of group studies is that they help you to better understand the learning material that you have learned. It's also a platform for active recall. It is also a platform for you to teach what you know to others, and then you know that during the process of teaching, you yourself, you are better able to understand what you have learned, and then it causes you to remember everything that you have learned, and then it helps you very much in the learning process. So group studies are very much important if you want to elevate your grades. Group studies is very important. So all good students have group studies that they join, or in discussion groups that they are so much interested in, that they doggedly involve themselves in. So if you want to be a good student, you need to join group study. Okay, so I guess you are number 4. The fourth strategy is that you need to be willing to pay the price. Be willing to pay the price. You know, first class honors 4.0 GPA doesn't come on a silver platter. You need to be willing and able to pay the price as a student. Be willing and able. So it requires you to wake up early. It requires you to be disciplined. It requires you to be focused. It requires you to cut out distractions, interruptions, anything that will interfere with you having good grades. The 4.0 GPA, the first class honors, you need to be willing to sacrifice them. That is the price for success. Whatever is worthy requires a price, and a great price that is. So if you want to have a CGPA 4.0, you need to be willing to pay the price. You pay the price in studying, sitting down for long hours studying. You have to pay the price in answering questions. You have to pay the price in active recall. You have to pay the price in a whole lot of things. Be disciplined. Have the spirit of execution. You need to do a lot. It demands a lot from you, and you must be willing to meet the demands of the very thing that you seek for. So from moving from paying the price, you move on to cutting out distractions. Distractions in many forms. Distractions in many forms. If you are watching movies, you need to cut it out. If you are watching Netflix, movies, going to unnecessary places that does not add value or worth to you being on campus, or that does not add to you achieving your 4.0 GPA or your first class honors. You need to cut it out. There is a time for learning, there is a time for playing, enjoying. You need to know the times and seasons for you to engage in such activities. If it is time for you to learn, you shouldn't let distractions and interruptions they disturb you. If it is time for you to play or for you to take a break, relax, sure, you need to take a break and relax, because the brain even needs the break, and in order for it to form the neural links and then the pathways to better consolidate and reinforce the information that you have put into it very well. Yeah, so you need to rest. But when it is time for you to study, you need to cut out the distractions, cut out social media, cut out music. If you are not the kind of person that studies with music, cut it out. They are all distractions and interruptions. So every good student cuts out distractions and interruptions during his or her focused mood of study. Cut out the distractions, it won't help you. Okay, so the last thing that I want to share with you is that you need to solve past questions. You need to solve questions. Questions are a great way for us to judge our abilities, for us to judge our strength, for us to judge our weakness. They are very good tools. As humans, we are bad judges of what we can do, what we are able to do, and what we are not able to do. So we need tools like past questions for us to be able to judge and calibrate where we are. And so if you finish reading a particular course or a particular topic, you answer essay questions, you answer objective questions, you answer any questions that is relevant to the course of study, that will help you to better understand the concept. It will also provide a platform for active revision. It also provides a platform for reconsolidation of the very material that you have learned. Past questions are a great deal to help you succeed as a student. So all great students, all good students are people who solve and repeat a lot of past questions, because when you're solving past questions, you know your weaknesses, you know your strength, and then you adequately prepare before any examination at hand. You adequately prepare. And so good students solve a lot of past questions, a lot. So if you want to be a good student, if you want to be an excellent student, have past questions as your friends. Have past questions as your friends, because that is what they are going to help you in your academics. So these are the strategies that good students use. So every good student follow these techniques. Every good student follow these techniques. So if you follow these techniques, I am very sure that you will have the 4.0 GPA that you are wishing for. You will have the first class honors or the second class honors that you so dream for. You will have it. So if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, link the notification bar, share this video to your friends, your colleague students. It's going to help them very much.